Man, happy Sunday. Tonight we are making alien buddies, meaning backpack, purses, keychains. You name it, they will fit on it. And I should probably grab one offhand. There we go. We'll just set this guy up here so I have it handy. All right, let's begin. Good evening. What's up, Red Squeak, Dragonfly? How are ya? Welcome in. We got mods in the house, so we are good to go. Okay, so yeah, we're making the little alien buddies real quick. Actually, quite a few. We're going to do some different color combos and see how we do from here. And let's begin. We're going to start with green tonight because alien green. All right, so I am building up the first of the alien bodies. And like I said, we're going to try a bunch of different combos for colors tonight. If in the process you find an alien buddy that you would like that I am currently making, there's a link on YouTube. I made on live. It is for $5 less than they are listed on the website currently because I'm experimenting. And you would be able to get one of these at a little bit of a reduced price just because I'm playing around with colors. So tonight would be the night if you are looking for one of these and you like the color to purchase it. What? No, I'm good. Thank you. Okay. So let's start with the first one. We're doing a light green body and then dark green accents. And we're going to take it here. This is the part that's ultra important. This is where all the stress is going to be on the product itself. So I got to make sure we have that really solid. Bring it out here and make sure we got enough of a gap. I love this design, by the way. Now that we've kind of incorporated a little bit of some different colors into these guys, I am super happy with the design. All right, we got to put the little arms on here. One of the super important things on this is when you got to fuse things on, you should be able to fuse it like you don't see a seam at all. So I'm going to get these two arms on here and show you exactly what I mean. Basically, you're heating up both sections of the glass to where it's molten, and when you put them together, it's welding them together. Like, you don't want to have a seam. Like this. So when I bring it up close, you can see that is really blended in there. You can't really see where it was welded on. It almost looks like it was pulled off of the piece itself. And that's really the difference between good and bad. you definitely don't want to have that situation where the piece falls apart because you didn't weld it on. All right, let's get this attached because we got to add in the legs and the key component, the eyeball. Got to put in an eyeball. I just posted a shorts video too of the borax, and I couldn't remember what it reminded me of. I was thinking about it today when I was reviewing the video, and it finally kicked in that the borax reminded me of Roman glass. So when we were in Italy and we went to Pompeii, I was like, I like the ruins of Pompeii, but I was enamored with all the glass there. I was like, holy moly, that's incredible. And mostly the colors. So when I was making the borax stuff this whole time, I couldn't figure out why it was so intriguing to me. And then it reminded me of the Roman glass from Pompeii, because it had this really cool blue, but an iridescence on it. So this week I'm going to work on building a stream, and we're going to try replicating the Roman glass technique and getting that color, the light blue color with the iridescence on it. And I want to see if we can replicate the Roman glass. That will be my goal for this week for a stream. Okay, so we got the basis of the alien guy. Now, yeah, it doesn't look right until we put an eyeball on it. It just looks like a little blob. And let's grab our color. We need white, and I have black up here. Let's get the white eyeball on here. We got the dark green accents. Again, tonight, if one of these appeals to you, they are linked in the YouTube. And they are $5 less than on the website, just because I'm building different colors tonight. Not all of these are going to go into production. Kind of trying out different versions of it. All right, there's eyeball, and we got to get the little mini mouth on here. And it gives me practice working mini stuff. It's been a while. All right, there we go. We got mini alien. So we got the dark green right there, the eyeball in light green. Now this dark green is actually pretty cool. It has a sparkle to it. Oop. Damn it. There we go. So you can see that sparkly green. It's dark, but it has a really kind of unique color to it. I like that color. That's called moss, or millennium moss. Go ahead and trim that up. And there we go. So that is the millennium moss with the little light green. And then this week we are going to be doing recycle glass. I had a complete accident. I'm really sad about it. I broke the octopus guy, the octopus drawer pull. I broke it. So I'm going to go and recycle on that because it's got a bunch of amazing colors on it. All right, I'm going to do the next set of colors here. We're going to use this really odd color. It's called Sunstone. And I'm going to use it with the lime green. I love the color, but I hate working it. This color loves to boil. So I'm going to show it to you here. It's kind of like a yellow green, but it loves to boil. And I hate that part about it. So we're going to have to take it very slow. This is basically a transparent cadmium color. It's made with cadmium. And it does not like to get overheated. So we're going to have to go way out in the middle of the torch out here. And we're going to have to heat it way, way up here. I don't want it getting into the hot part of the flame. But this color absolutely hates too much heat. But it's a beautiful color when it's done. So we're way out further than I normally am on the torch. Way, way, way out further. All right, almost there. I'm going to go a little bit further out here because I need to button up that bottom. We need to thicken it up. So first thing first, we're going to pull the little loop. Very slow. All right. So far, so good. This is the part that's going to be not so much fun. Going to lower the flame way down. We're going to fuse on those arms. One more here. Okay, I think we got a good portion of it done here. Definitely going to have to add more down here. So we're going to take this off and clean it up a little, get rid of that clear. Like that. So this little guy right here is, again, that color I'm not really happy working all the time, but we got to fatten it up on the bottom down there. And there we go. And here we are. Yep, I change cameras all the time. All right, let's add a little bit of chunkiness to it. Getting very borderline to where that was going to boil up. All right, we got him in a little chubby mode. Now we got him in chubby mode. There we go. And we're going to take our lime green and create the accents. That was foot number 1. After I get done with this, I will show you the process if you overheat that glass. I'll show you what it does. We'll do a little experiment. I'll sacrifice a little bit of it for you guys. We'll bring this out. So we got to flatten it, make sure it sits. So I designed these to be able to sit and hang. Let's go ahead and get the eyeball on. And there we go. We need some black. All right, I like it. I hate working this color, but when it comes out, it's really good. So the color is closer to the top version up there when it's not hot, but the combo is actually pretty damn cool. Uh-oh. No, that's really on there. That's no good. That means it's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt to finish. There we go. All right, so yeah, all completed. I love this guy. What would the cadmium do well with a smaller torch? No, it doesn't matter the torch. It matters your flame chemistry. And thank you for the super chat, by the way. Bayo, I appreciate that. Super chats help my channel a lot. All right, so we're going to do a quick experiment. I'm going to show you what happens with this glass when you heat it correctly and then when you heat it incorrectly. We're going to bring it out here. Little brief education on this and why some pieces are more expensive than others and why some are harder to work than others. So we're going to bring this color out. Sometimes people ask me for certain colors and I say, well, that one's going to take a little more time and it's going to be more expensive. And here's why. I'm going to show you exactly why. So we're going to heat it up way out here. And thank you very much again for the super chat. Those super chats help me a tremendous amount, keep the channel alive, and it helps the algorithm a tremendous amount. All right. So right now I did it correctly. Okay. So I'm going to bring it out here. We're going to try and hold it back here so we can focus. And you can see that it's pretty optically clear. Well, maybe. Come on, focus. There. It's optically clear. Okay. No issues. Like that. So no problem. Now, if we crank up the heat, I'm going to leave it on the side view for a minute. Now, I just turned the heat up a little bit. And I'm starting to work it in right now. Might be hard to see, but there are a bunch of little bubbles running in here now. And it might be hard to see those. Come on, focus. There, you can see all those little bubbles parking in there. That wasn't even running it that hard. See all that boil bubble right there? That's what happens if you hit it too hard. You get those little tiny bubbles running through there. So just a few 100 degrees on this made a total difference. And it doesn't take much. Now that glass is no good. No bueno anymore. Not good anymore. And I think I want to create a little tiny secondary punchy rod here. But yeah, just that little bit of heat can definitely make or break your piece. And there are certain colors that do that no matter what. Can't avoid it. All right, so we got that one all done. Irv, how are you? Big Irv is in the house. What's up, my friend? Love saying hello to all the people. Okay, so we're going to do, what colors did I pop out here today? Oh, we're going to do cobalt. I don't think I did a cobalt with light blue. So we're going to take cobalt glass and we're going to pull this down a little and create a little bit of a blue fashion with it. So we're going to do a light blue cobalt body and then opaque light blue legs. And that is the fracturing process that happens when you heat it up and cool it down and don't anneal it. So everybody asking why I put it in the kiln, that's why. Because you get that happening if you don't temper it. So we just have to pull this down a little thinner. I love this color though. All right, so that should be enough of that color for the legs. And we'll separate it here. Like that. That should be enough. Break that off. Let's go ahead and start the cobalt version. So we just got plain old cobalt. We'll punty it up and start building. So when you're doing an item like this and you start building a larger solid object, you want to use a lighter version of the color. Because as you thicken it up, it gets darker. So we're going to start out with a very light cobalt, and by the time I get done, it should darken up to a medium cobalt. This is one of the colors I highly suggest if you are glassblowing, you stock multiple shades of. You can get a light cobalt, you can get a medium cobalt, you can get dark, and you can get a turbo. Very rare do you need turbo cobalt. It's almost black. In fact, before black was really predominant in the industry, turbo cobalt was the black go-to. All right, here we go. So we're creating all different color combos. If you have some combo suggestions, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I will take a look and see if I can produce it. And there we go. We're going to go ahead and pull that little loop. And I take it very slow. I want to make sure it's thick. And we will bring it down. Loop it in there. Let's get the arms on here. Again, you should weld these on very, very well. You should not be able to see a seam on here. There we go. And we're good to go. So again, you should not be able to see a seam between the body and the arms. It should be very, very smooth. I'm actually going to use this as the holding rod. And then we'll add the legs. What's up, Groves? Daisy Girl? Thank you for the heart me's and the gifts. I appreciate it. Yeah. It's all good. Sit back and chill. Pink and purple? We can do pink and purple. We can for sure do pink and purple. That's actually on the list. Pink and purple set off to the side just for that reason. Like two of the most popular colors on here. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to add the little legs on here and the little tail or butt, whatever you want to call it. So leg number 1. Let's get number 2 on here. And I got to tell you, the popularity of these things was pretty good. We got a good response on them on the website. We actually had a really good response. Then we put the little tail back end here. I don't know if aliens have a tail, but this one does. Then we're going to heat it up and flatten it out. Actually, I got to pull this foot out a little bit. There, that's better. Let's get the eyeball on. A little bit off. There we are. I like making little characters. And we put the little eyeball on there. Little pupil. And the mouth. I don't know. What do you think? I like cobalt. I don't know if cobalt's sustainable, but I think it's cute, the little combination. I like that combo, personally. We're making little backpack charms, purse buddies, backpack buddies, keychain buddies, whatever you want to call them. In there. I do like the blue. I like blue. Okay, so we're going to try pink and purple. Let's see, where's my pink? We're going to do a transparent pink with a opaque purple. So we're going to use the transparent pink here, and then we're going to use purple. This is one of my favorite pinks. This pink is amazing. It's pretty bulletproof. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to scrap this one. I'll show you why. Can you see those little bubbles right there? That'll definitely show up in the piece. That has no bubble, but that where I attach the rods has little bubbles. We're going to have to trash this. I'm still going to do pink and purple, but I just can't use this piece of glass. All right, let's get it done. Yeah, that was not a good one. Hello, Chris. What's up? All right, so we just got to get this built up now. It was not turning out exactly the way I wanted. And we're going to come up and we're going to attach. And we're going to start making the alien Betty. Again, if any of these combos you are interested in, I don't know what's going to go full production. But if you are interested in one of the ones I'm doing tonight, the shopping cart is available in the stream. You just have to make the purchase and then let me know the color combo and which one you wanted. All right, so we got it thickened up right there. Are you learning something? That's awesome. If you're learning, I'm happy. You'll have to join my Patreon and school community. So my school community and Patreon are going to be newsletters that I'm going to have some free content and then paid content. The paid's going to be like really detail and have personal emails added in. So like a one-on-one talk. And then I have a coaching session built up. So you get an undivided hour of my attention to figure out what you want to learn or anything. After 32 years, I think I got this, I think I got the art thing figured out. Being able to survive 32 years. So this has been my full-time job for 32 years, and I've been able to make a living off of it. And I've told many people, you don't have to be a glass blower or lamp worker to be able to survive in the art community. You could have pottery, you could have crocheting, you could have any number of art things that you do, woodworking. All the principles of surviving as an artist in this day and age is all the same. Doesn't matter what medium you're using. I have a ton of proven methods that have made me survive all these years. That was a perfect hoop right there. Ooh. That was perfect. All right, let's get the little arms on here. I was thinking about doing one arm up and one arm down too, as an option. We're not going to do it on this one. We'll do it on the next one. This one I'm going to keep the same, but we'll experiment with the arms on the next one. And we'll see if the look changes up a little bit. Okay, let's get this really fused in. I like the pink already. I definitely like the pink. The pink is looking cool. So there's our pink. Look how bright pink that is. The thicker it goes, the more pinky it gets. But see how those arms are really fused in right there? That's what you want. You want to make sure it's structurally sound. Nothing worse than sending something to someone and having it break. I mean, the post office is guilty of breaking a lot of stuff, I admit, but I try to make it so even if the post office messes it up, it doesn't affect it. All right, we're going to bring it out here. I'm leaving it on side view so you can kind of see that separation right there. And there we go. And we need purple. Let's do the purple feet. And the next one that we're going to reverse, we're going to do purple transparent body and pink opaque feet. So we'll reverse it. So what I would love for you guys to stick around for a few minutes while I'm making this. We'll finish this one up, and then you tell me which way you like it better. Pink body with purple feet accents, or purple body and pink accents. We'll do both combinations. I do value everybody's opinion. All right, here we go. All right, let's get the eyeball and mouth on there. The other reason I'm doing nothing but these tonight, the reaction to the community was really strong on the website. We got a lot of orders for these. But I'm trying to get faster. So the more you produce in a row, the faster you get. So I'm trying to increase the speed by a tiny bit. And the more you make, the faster you get. I don't know. This one's pretty cool. This one's pretty damn cool. This is a good color combo. All right, we had a flaw. Had a little flaw right there. Okay, let's check out the combo, and then you guys will decide on the next one. So there is pink with purple, and then we're going to do purple with pink. So we're going to reverse the entire combo. So keep your eye on that one, and remember what it looks like, and let's do the opposite. And then you guys vote which one you like. If mods want to create a poll, you can create a poll after I'm done. After I'm done, though. I like that combo a lot. That looks good. So the next combination is going to be the purple body with the pink, opaque pink feet. We're going to do that one next. This should be pretty awesome. I just don't know which one's going to look better. Thank you, Red Squeak. What's up, Anthony? How are you doing? Kristen, what's up? I'm trying to say hi to everybody. Charliana, I probably said that wrong. Sandollar, what's up? I'm trying to say hi to everybody. How y'all doing? I'm trying to say hi to everyone. Poll choices will be pink purple or purple pink. So we're doing the opposite right now. We're doing the purple body and the pink feet. So I'm trying to figure out which one has more viability, like which one everybody likes better. Same colors. What's up, KCH? Donna, how you doing? Gabriel, what's up? Oh, yeah, this torch is pretty amazing. This is like one of my favorite torches on the planet, the Phantom version of it. I do have the outer flame for the Kabuki, but it's a bit much for like these smaller pieces. This is the beginning torch that I always recommend people get if you're kind of on a budget. This particular flame that I'm using right now is a torch called the Lynx. It's made by Glass Torch Technologies, and this flame can do a tremendous amount of work. This is an easy torch to have for a few years. In fact, if you started off with this torch and you wanted to upgrade, I would suggest keeping the torch. I wouldn't recommend getting rid of it. You can, but it's good to have this torch on hand for smaller projects. So like right now I have two torches. I have this one here that has the kabuki flame, which is 3 separate stages. And then I have a separate torch that is the phantom, which is the flame that I'm using right now. And that one's kind of like my backup torch or my guest torch when I have guests in. All right, here we go. So we're building up the purple body. But if you start off with the links, I wouldn't get rid of it. If you can afford to keep it, keep it. I'd never get rid of it. And there are 2 reasons for that. Number 1 reason, these torches are made by 2 brothers out of Pennsylvania. Not a big company, okay? They're not like a Fortune 500 company that makes welding equipment around the nation. And let's say something happens to their factory and it burns down or they have a problem. You may never be able to get them again. So having an extra one on hand is a good idea. All right, I'm going to show you the filter too. So I use a filter called didymium. We're going to bring it in here. You can see that we're filtering out all that sodium flare. There. Now you can see we kind of are running like that versus that. Big difference, right? So there. That's a monstrous difference. And that's what my glasses are made of. Okay, so next step, attach and pull it. And here we go. And we're going to bring it down and fold it over. Blend all that in. Smooth it out. Then we'll put the little arms on. Now this one I'm going to do up and down. We're going to try one version a little bit different. We're going to go one arm up and one arm down. I do kind of like it. It is kind of cool. Let me get it. Let me get a little bit more detail on here, and I'll show you. I do like it though. Pull this little bit of clear off here, and then we got to grab the pink. All right, this pink is a very cool color. It might pop on me. The only drawback to it is it has a chalky feel to it when you start using it. It has a rough texture. That's usually an indicator that you have to heat it up a little slower, or it creates all these little divots, these stretch marks and stuff in it. Not a good look. So if it has a chalky feel, you got to take it slow. There's number one. Little butt tail on it. Oh, no, we need that view. So we got to flatten it. So I designed these to be able to sit or hang. There. All right, let's get the eyeball on and the mouth. Now, again, I would love for you guys to vote which way you like this. Pink and purple or purple and pink. So the key difference is purple in the body or pink in the body. Sorry, I had to move that mouth over just a little bit. Let me get it separated and show you guys this one now. So there is purple with pink, and I like the arms. The arms are kind of cool, one up, one down too. Just a little different look to it. Purple in the body. Yeah, I'll let you guys vote. Grove set up a little poll. The poll is up. All right, time for some Mountain Dew. You want to be a professional glassblower? This is a secret. I'm kidding. Mountain Dew is the secret to being a professional glassblower. I'm joking, obviously. I'm just having some fun with you guys. But there he is. I can bring this up a little closer. So this is the full-on uranium one. So this one is available. I don't know how many of these I'm actually going to do. So this is the uranium for, there's regular light, and then there's the black light. I don't know how many of these I'm going to do because I'm not going to burn a whole bunch of uranium glass on these. But that's how they kind of hang there. So we're going to burn through this one. This is going to be a lime green body, but for the color, we're going to use this really super sparkly color here called unobtainium. It's kind of like a tealy dark green. So that's it right there. Very shiny. So this will be kind of a fun combo. Pull that apart. You really like both? I like both too, but it's always good to have a feedback. Pink body, purple body. See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody has a little bit different opinion. I can do both, obviously, but I like to have an opinion as to which one. Is the uranium glass all green glass? Yes. So it's all uranium body and then a light green glass for the feet. So I try and offset it a little bit. So if I'm doing a transparent body, I got a opaque feet, or I have opaque feet. If I'm doing an opaque body, I want transparent feet. I'm trying to switch it up. Just bringing purple body one. Thank you, Groves. Yeah, everybody likes purple. Mythological movie thing. Yeah, I like mythical stuff. I like fantasy items. I think they all are kind of fun to produce. We might even try a unicorn head here. I know everybody knows I hate making horses, but we can try a unicorn head. I might screw it up. It's very possible I could screw it up, because it has been a minute since I've made one. But we could try a unicorn head. If you want to see a unicorn head after this one that I'm doing, type 1 in the chat. That way I know there's interest in it. If you don't want to see it, don't type anything, or type 0. 1 for unicorn head, 2 for, or 0 for not. And that way I know there's interest. We'll go a little offbeat. Wow, that's a lot of ones. Are you guys just waiting for me to screw up? Are you looking for me to screw up? You waiting to see if I could fail at it? It's literally been 2 or 3 years since I made one. All right, let's get this done. All right, after this, we'll do a unicorn head. There's a lot of interest. I don't know if I got it. You know, it's very possible I could screw it up. It is not out of question on that. But I got to make it really strong so it won't break, too. Yeah, I'm going to try. I'll try it. You know I'm going to try. If there's interest, I'll try it. All right, so we just got to break this down a little bit. And thank you to everybody that emailed about the backpack charms that you'd like to see made. I I am currently making a list of the requests. Like I said, this took off a lot faster, a lot better than I thought it would. A lot of people are interested in keychain charms and backpack charms and purse charms, more than I thought. I didn't think there was going to be that big a reaction to it. But there was quite a bit of interest. All right, so we're going to loop this around. Making a mess on my bench already again. I had it all cleaned off earlier. So this is one of the key important factors right here, is having that loop be ultra durable. So we're going to be running metal through it. You want to make sure it's super strong when you go to make it and put a loop through it. So you got to be really careful. All right, we got to get the arms on. Yeah, so we'll definitely make the unicorn head after this. Get that arm fused on there. You know what's nice about this too? It'll also work for a Christmas ornament. Okay. I'll show you something kind of interesting off of this as well. It'll show you what I mean by sometimes why I don't use filters and stuff. So let's go ahead and pull this off here. So take a look at the color of the rod right there, light green, lime green, but now look at it when it is in its hot form. Can you see how it's a little bit darker, has a little brown hue to it? There's no lines in there, by the way. That's the background reflection. You see how it's a little darker? That's what I'm always saying when I show you colors of something and it doesn't look exactly right. When it's hot, it never shows the exact color that you want. All right, what did I put that really dark green? Ah, there it is. Now this glass I'm adding on right now has an incredible amount of sparkle to it. Like it shines. This is called unobtainium. Actually, I think this is super unobtainium. And it has a really cool shimmer to it. The only drawback behind it is it can never be encased in clear. It will definitely crack all day long. So if you encase this color in clear, it will 100% crack. So that's the only drawback behind it. It's limited on what you can do with it. All right, let's get this guy flattened out. Wrong view. There. We're on the wrong view. There we go. Yeah. All right, put the eyeball on. This one should be a pretty cool color combo. I'm actually really excited about this one. I love the unobtainium color, and I love the lime green. That lime green is pretty badass. Okay, let's separate it. Nope, you're fused on there. Wow. So I do like this color combo. Now let me shine the light on here, and hopefully you can see the feet kind of sparkle. There we go. See that sparkle in there? That's what I was saying. It's a beautiful little sparkle in there. So shiny. But I do like that combo. What's up, Christy? Thank you so much. All right, got to do a unicorn head. Ugh. All right, I think we'll do the unicorn head out of amber purple. So we're going to go ahead and do the unicorn head out of amber purple. Let's go ahead and build it up. All right, so got to build up a little ball. on here. Right about there. All right, so this is going to be the unicorn head. And I need to grab a couple tools for that. Gonna need that. Nope, you did. No, you're the right size. That one. And this one here. So I'll show you this in stages as we go through, because I've never done this before on live. So we'll go ahead and build it in stages so y'all can see it. We're going to get this ball a little more rounded. So we're going to start off with just that, our amber purple core. We're going to heat it up and flatten it out a little. Like that. So there's our core. Attach a little punchy to the bottom, right there. And we're going to pull it up. And we start off with that. So now we took it, we extended it out and created the little bit of that little section right there for the head. And we're going to start building it up. Put the little mouth there. Put the little nostrils on there. I can't even see those little bastards. All right, not big enough. Have to over exaggerate them a little. There we go. Got the little nostrils on, put the mouth back on here. Then we're going to come up here and do the eyeballs. Use my little brass tool. So we're starting to get some definition into it. We got the horse's mouth, the eyeballs, the ears right there. Got to add the loop first. Okay, then we'll finish the rest of it. Running out of glass there. Got my backup rod here. Get it all fused in there. Then we're going to take the head, tilt it down just a little, like that. And then I think I'm going to add little black eyeballs on it. We'll bring it over to the side. There you go. So not my best work, but still pretty damn cool. Looks good in amber purple. I'll try and bring it over there. I don't think it's too bad. Not bad after a few years. Not bad for a few years of out of practice. Now the unicorn horn will actually turn into that really dark amber purple as well. It just needs a little chance, but I love that color combo for it. Yeah. So the horn will get black, will get that same type of treatment color-wise. But yeah, I like it. I think that worked out okay. I got to put it in the back of the kiln, though. I want all that color to strike out. That was a fun little in between. Thank you, Christy, for the dragon. Appreciate that. All right, what other colors do I have up here? I wanted to do red. So I wanted to try the alien out of red body. So we're going to definitely try that. Let me put these two little bits together real quick before we go too far. But that's as close as I get to a horse. There is one other version I can do with little legs coming off of it. I definitely have to remember that one. Okay, let's try the red for the alien. We're going to build the body. So again, this is going to go really transparent. It's not going to show red right off. It's going to be pretty clear. All right, we've got to build this way up. All right, now we're going to build the little loop for it. Definitely have to fatten that up a little up there too, though. All right, let's get this loop on here. That actually came out good too. Getting better at these loops right off the bat. That's one of those drawbacks when you're starting out for making a new item that you haven't made in a while. Remembering the actual process. Let's get the little arms on there. And again, if you're interested in any of the items I'm making, make sure you message the fieryguy.com. Trying to message me through YouTube or TikTok, I sometimes don't get them. I get so many messages through there, most of it spam, that a message can get lost. So if I haven't responded, make sure you message me at thefieryguy.com. Otherwise, it can definitely get lost. I wish there was a way to filter that out a lot better. But unfortunately, there's not. Okay, let's add a little more red on the bottom here. So I'm going to try and do this in kind of like a fireman's color. I don't know if I should do yellow or black for the feet. Yellow? Yeah, I was thinking yellow. What's up, Ted? How you doing? I hope I have yellow here. I do, actually. I have just enough yellow. But this is, again, one of those colors I have to take it very slow. Use a very light flame with it. Otherwise, it tends to boil. We definitely don't need it boiling. So certain colors require very, very soft flame. This is one of those colors. Yeah, it's definitely a color you have to take your time with. All right, we'll put the little butt on it. Then we got to flatten it out. I think this might actually look cool. It's going to be very, very flame oriented. Definitely going to have that flame look. All right, let's get the eyeball on. Okay. It may actually look pretty damn cool when it cools off. So the red actually did kind of strike out a little bit. Those feet are going to be very bright yellow, but I do like it. So we're waiting for the whole thing to strike into its red. You can see a little bit of the yellow starting to pop out right there. So it'll be red yellow. I think it's cool. Oh, there we go. So yeah, that'll definitely be a cool looking color combo. I don't know if I can get the light on it. I want the yellow to show up. You can kind of see it right there. It's starting to cool off. But that'll be a cool combo. I'm glad we did the red. I like the red. Okay, we've done quite a few of those little aliens for the moment. I have a marble in here I kind of want to reconstitute. So we're going to bring it out and I'm going to kind of reconfigure the marble. We're going to create a chaos on it. So we're going to kind of readjust this marble a little bit. And I'm going to try and make it look a little better. I wasn't 100% satisfied with it. So this will be a good lesson for everybody that is in the glass business. This is how you can take a piece you're not happy with and add to it and change it back up into something you are happy with. So we're going to kind of recycle it. It's part of the refurbishing lineup. Let's go ahead and grab that marble. Now it may actually crack, even though it's been in the kiln for like 6 hours. It did crack a little bit, but that's okay. We'll get it out. So I'm going to show you how to reform a marble into something you like. You might see the crack in there. It's right there. See that big old crack? It just cracked on me. And that's the drawback of trying to redo stuff at times. That happens. Most important thing is not to panic. I'll show you how to get rid of those cracks. We're going to park it right there. We're going to focus all the heat right in the middle. Lots of heat. Because we're going to have to heat it all the way to the core. I'm going to try and let it drip a little bit. We're going to heat up the center flame just a little. So the first thing I want to do is stretch it out a little bit. So we want to take it from a round and make it kind of like an oblong at the moment. And that's going to actually fuse that crack back together. And then when we compress it back to a marble, it completely gets rid of it. But I didn't want to throw this away because this definitely has uranium glass in it. Actually has a lot of uranium in it, so I didn't want to toss it. So this is refurbishing, repurposing glass. So if you ever have a larger piece that you made that you absolutely don't like, you can rebuild it. All right, so we're going to stretch it out a little. Like that. basically I just took it and shrunk it down. You can see it got a little wrinkly right there. That's normal. Don't worry about all those wrinkles when you do this. But we just stretched it back out. I'm going to add some electrum on here because we're going to make it look pretty damn cool. But if you have a lot of expensive color on a marble and you don't like the way it looks, you don't want to throw it away. You just come in and you rebuild it. Which is exactly what I'm going to do right now. So we added a little bit of color right there. Sorry, wrong view. So it came around that middle section, added some color right in there, the electrum. I'm going to grab that amber purple we had before. I got a little chunk of it right here. We're going to go ahead and add that on as well. Crisscrossing that pattern. And this marble is going to be absolutely insane when I get done. And we just crisscrossed it again. So now we got the colors kind of crisscrossing in the middle. You can see we got the middle kind of filled up right now. Lots of little shiny stuff going on. And oh, I don't think I want to add white. We're going to use a little bit of this lime green and go over it. This is definitely going to be a chaos marble. Now we got lime green on there. Then we're going to take some clear and really go for it. So what I'm doing here is adding little micro swirls around the middle section that I didn't like. Actually, they're not micro swirls. They're actually pretty damn big. Okay, we'll bring it back out. I'm hoping you can see some of these swirls now. There you go. See how we got swirls running all the way around the middle now? I'm going to try and turn it into like an interplanetary looking marble. We're going to give it that interplanetary look, like Jupiter or something. Going to add some amber purple to the top. Then we're going to add some clear up there again. And I'm going to do those little micro swirls up around the whole thing. So we added 3 little micro swirls up at the top. Got to wait for it to cool off a little bit. You'll see these little swirls like right there starting to buzz around. There we go. So the next step, I'm going to bring it in. We're going to start rounding the other half of it out. And then I'm going to do the other side. Now, I'm not going to try and make this perfect right now because we'll finish that up at the end. But that little section up there that I did the amber purple on, I know there's uranium, and there's uranium over here too. But this is how you repurpose glass that you're not happy with. Super nice to be able to do this. If this was a soft glass, I would not be able to do it. It would definitely not work. Christy, thank you for the Night Star. I love that thing. Sand Dollar, thank you for the heart puff. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all the gifts you guys send my way. A, it helps me with the channel, but B, it does help with the algorithm. It helps a tremendous amount when they see subscriptions, gifts, and all that. I wish it didn't. I wish that didn't matter, but it does. All right, we're going to bring it over to this mold just to kind of get it a little bit rounded. But I appreciate everybody that sends me even a little bit. It helps a lot. It always makes me feel bad when that happens, though, because I don't want to feel like I'm begging for gifts. That's not the point. That's why I never did battles on TikTok. I hate battles. I hope they do away with that, actually. I think battles on TikTok are the dumbest thing there is. I'm probably going to get banned for saying that, but I don't care. But sometimes they make you do them to just even get your channel out in front. It pisses me off. Yeah, I hate battles. It makes me mad that they force it on you. Although, since a new ownership, I'm not quite sure they do that anymore. Oh, look at that. Look at those swirls happening now. Ooh. That's exciting. Look at that one. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. And then we're waiting for the amber purple to kick in on there. Oh, you know what? Patrick, please don't feel like you have to send anything. Honest to God, don't. Take care of your mama, okay? Yeah, don't worry about that. You take care of your mama. Ted, it's a good thing you don't know what battles are. It's actually a good thing. Don't worry about them. It's a good thing. All right, let's get a punty up over here. Oh, this marble's going to be sick. I'm glad I took the time to redo this one. I am super happy I took the time. Very, very happy I did this. I think I'm going to add a little extra uranium to the back, though. We're going to put a little bit of extra uranium on this in this back end here. I don't know if it's back end or front end. Who knows? But we're going to add a lot of uranium on here. I want to make a uranium electric swirl. Yeah, don't worry about it, Ted. Not knowing what battles are great. We're going to add some electrum on here. This is going to be amazing. Oh, what other color do I want to add? Ooh, what do I want to do? You know what? We should throw some more amber purple on there. If I have it. I do. No, let's throw red on. Let's do red. This is the light red, so it'll be good. So we're going to create some micro swirls up here. Oh, you know what this looks like? Owl's eyes. The eyes of an owl. Has kind of like that hooter owl look. That's what they look like. And a galaxy. And a little bit right there. Oh, this is going to be amazing. Let's bring it back over so I can show you guys. Give it a second. Oh, look at all those swirls happening. And then we got it all on the sides too. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is going to be pretty. Yeah, this is going to be a chaos marble. Well, I'm kind of repurposing a marble. This was done before, and I wasn't super happy with it. So we're kind of repurposing it, adding some accents to it and reshaping it. Made it about a 1/4 inch bigger, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. I got to really let that melt in though. So while I'm doing this, I will bring out the filter. You guys can see how we're filtering through the flame. So that's what I see through my glasses versus that. See how much of a difference that is? Borovision. That's an incredible look, right? One more time. Yeah, that got hot. Now we just have to kind of let it keep settling down. This is the only drawback to making marbles. When you're shaping like this, it takes forever. You kind of like want to make the glass hurry up, but you can't. You're like, please hurry. So I'm going to use my bigger mold over here just to kind of start the shaping. Then we'll bring it over here. Oh, I wonder if the top view will work. Hold on. Let's see if we got a top view that'll work. Oh, we do. Let's see if the top view works for you guys. I wonder if I can get a filter up there. There. Oh, that's hot. Oh, I can't hold that long. There. Oh, that's hot. Son of a bitch. Sorry. Whew. Didn't mean to cuss there. Then you bring it over to the smaller mold to get it to kind of balance out. So this smaller mold is what makes it totally round. I appreciate that, Troy. Yeah, that was hot. Sometimes my brain doesn't work all right, and I forgot heat rises. I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's take a look at what we got. We're pretty round. I got to switch the punty one more time, but I think you guys are going to be pretty happy with the way this looks. So there's our little top swirl, and then we got little mini swirls running all over the place here. They're not showing up all the way. There's one starting to show up. There's another. And then there's the third, and then we got them on the sides. Ooh, this is going to be shiny. Look at that. See how the color's starting to come out? And there's our top. Oh. That's sick. And then one last punty. We got to just fix this little end up and we'll be all good to go. Yeah, baby. I'm so happy I rebuilt this one. I'm very happy I decided to put this in and rebuild it. I was thinking about tossing it. I was thinking about throwing it away. But if it didn't have the uranium in it before, I would have probably chucked it. But it definitely had uranium. I'm getting hiccups. God damn it. Sorry. Yeah. I keep swearing tonight. I need a swear jar tonight. That's not normal. The marble with the pine cone is still available. No one purchased that one. It's pretty amazing too. That marble with the pine cone is available. No one purchased it. That pine cone look. I am so surprised. I debated on keeping it, but I just can't keep all those marbles. You guys want to see some of my favorite marbles? I'll show you after I finish this. I'll bring out some of my favorites. They're very small marbles, but I'll show you some of my favorite marbles I've ever made. They're only 1 inch. Yeah, they're small marbles. And that's what I tell people all the time. You don't have to make the largest marbles to have cool. All right, I think this one's pretty ready to go. I think we can detach it here in a minute. While it's starting to cool off a little, I'll bring it over and show it. All right, Red Squeak. All right, here we go. Look at all those swirls now. Look at that one right there. Now we're going to get amber purple in there. This kind of has an earth look to it. Definitely. Look at that blue in there. I think this will be kind of earthy looking. We're waiting for the amber purple to strike in there. But there it is without any light. Oh, look at that. I'm sorry, I'm like enamored with this one. I definitely like it. Now we just detach. Can't even see the punty. I was going to show you the punty, but you can't really see it. All right, we'll bring it over while it's cooling off. I can't put it. Oh, look at that. Can you see the blue now? Look at that. So there's the blue. I'm going to see if we got red on the other side. Oh, don't drop. There you go. You can see the red coming in. Look at that red starting to pop in there. That's the side with the uranium. Ooh, this is definitely on my happy list. That one's definitely on my happy list. Okay. All right, that has been 2 hours. I'm gonna take a short break. I'm gonna try and make it back a little bit tonight. I know it's late for some of you, but I promised myself I'd get up every 2 hours and stretch. So I'm gonna get up, stretch for a little bit, and if I don't see you because you're heading to bed, I appreciate it. And I'll see you later. If not, I'll see you tomorrow.